Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Not for Broadcast. We're in a coma, I guess, and I don't think that the lockdown, because there's toys running rampant, is real. It was all just a fever dream, and I'm gonna wake up and everything's gonna be fine, and I'll be back at my job and not have changed anything because the ads I put on aren't there. Day 154, A Rude Awakening. The rhythmic beeping of the heart monitor brings you slowly back to consciousness. Opening your eyes, you're greeted by a semicircle of concerned faces. Your family by your side, a reassuringly familiar sight in these new surroundings. You blink a few times to clear the sleep from your eyes and bring everyone into focus. You feel a hand on yours, gentle but reassuring. Sam, there with you as always. Their expression, understandably concerned, is somehow more affectionate than ever. We knew you'd be okay, never doubted it for a second, and if I ever see that Bozeman, you squeeze their hand back and attempt a wink. The worry lines on Sam's forehead fade a bit. Lord knows you've both got enough to be anxious about without your health being thrown into the mix. With a final smile at them, you turn to the rest of your family. As you feel Susie's absence, you notice Charlie fidgeting, clearly trying not to look worried. As soon as you turn to look at him, you can see Charlie tense up. He's clearly battling hard to stay mad at you. You look expectantly at him, but he refuses to meet your gaze. I'll be fine. Charlie looks at you and grins, one of those infectious smiles that spreads around the room. It's always good to have him in your corner. Your smile fades as you notice your mother staring listlessly out the window. Despite all your best efforts, she's not been doing well lately. Are you okay, Mum? Your mother starts, your call clearly shocking her out of her reverie. She turns to you and smiles, and you're grateful to see the increasingly rare recognition in her eyes. Yes, dear, of course. How are you feeling? You smile warmly and nod, but before you can respond, a doctor bustles in and ushers everyone out. She asks for you, for what feels like the 100th time, how you're feeling. Surprisingly well, all things considered. Excellent. There's no sign of any real damage, just a bit of shock to the old system. Pardon the pun, she smiles. Not that we'd recommend you do anything like that again, of course. After a couple of days' rest at home, you should feel right as rain. She turns to leave, but stops at the door. Oh, and the private room in care, the doctor gestures to your room, which you now notice looks rather expensive, has all been paid for by a Mr. Bozeman. He left those flowers and said not to worry and to take the rest of the week off. He'll see you Monday, apparently. Seems like the least he could do. Hi, Savim. Day 180, a burden to bear. You come home from a particularly late shift to find the kitchen light still on, which isn't normally a good sign. Everyone's usually in bed by now. Softly opening the kitchen door, you find Sam sat at the table. Bills and papers are strewn in front of them, as well as what looks to be their second pack of biscuits. They give you a quick kiss as you take a seat next to them. Sam frowns and goes back to the bill they're holding. Hey, sweetheart, just looking at the numbers again. They look to the door to the pantry, now converted into your mother's bedroom. We've been doing our best, but I think Cassandra really needs a nurse to look after her now. Suddenly, the bills are all you can see. I've been staring at the numbers all night. Tears in her eyes, Sam takes her hand. There's just no way we can afford it. I'm so sorry. Kitchen table swims before you. Sam stands up and pulls you into a firm embrace, but all you can think of is your mother, and how you can't afford to help her. What would your dad be thinking now? Is this the utopia Advance promised? You stare at the door to your mother's makeshift room. Tomorrow you'll need to tell the kids, and then book an appointment at the transition center. What else could you have done? What are the transition centers for again? I mean, I know that's where they had that really weird game that made no sense. A letter home. Day 201, a letter home. Sam's out with work tonight, and Charlie's staying at a friend's. The house is yours. You order a takeaway, have a couple of drinks, and decide to relax in front of the TV. Not a great selection tonight, but surely something to watch. You feel like a laugh comedy it is. Sam's not here, but you can still watch a horror without them. You just want to switch off. Action thriller is the one. Sam isn't a fan of historical dramas, so you make the most of them being away. Sure, comedy. The humor is a bit hit and miss, but the joke about the kiln has you bent double in laughter. Wiping a tear from your eye, you spy something reflecting in the light of the TV under the coffee table. Curious, you reach down and bring it into the light, and as you pick it up, you remember the note Sam left for you. Hey, sweetheart, Charlie lost Susie's present. Would you mind looking for it tonight? X. Kiss. Or hug. I don't know which is which in XOXO. As you hold it closer, you're surprised to find the gift's actually an engraved letter for Chippy. She claims the nickname's affectionate, but Charlie still scowls every time she says it. You're not sure Sam would approve. Wait. Engraved letter for Chippy. The accompanying note from Susie explains Urkistan has a long tradition of glorifying the art of starting fires. Thought you'd like it, don't do anything stupid, Stews. Hopefully it's just a souvenir and not a new pastime he's picked up or about to pick up. It's nice that she thought of him. Day 232. Here we go. Day 232. The Silence. Ooh. Alright, why is this muted? Oh, the power's off.
It's today's highlights from the sports.
There we go.
Presented as always.
Do your job.
It's time to hand over
3,
to Megan
2,
for the team
1.
at the National
Ba ba
Good
ba
evening.
ba.
I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy
evening.
Dawes.
I'm
Our main
Megan
headlines tonight. I'm Jeremy
The
Dawes.
establishment
Our main
strikes
headlines
back.
tonight.
The World
The
Council has
establishment
agreed
strikes
today
back.
to impose punitive sanctions on the people of this country.
The sanctions, which are broad-ranging, include restrictions on the supply of oil and gas, include restrictions on the supply of oil and gas, and even some medicines. But how should we react? And even some medicines. We asked the public, but how should we react?
What are your reaction to the sanctions? What are your reaction to the sanctions?
My mind needs insulin. I'm not supposed to get a transition.
It didn't even show up.
What's the government doing about it? What's the government doing about it?
Thanks, Patrick. Important stuff. Thanks, Patrick.
Uh-oh, it's broken. Oh no! My tape player! It's broken!
Released earlier today. Official statement released earlier today.
The international sanctions declared against this country today by the World Council remind us that now more than ever we need to come together as a team. We need to come together as a team.
Uh-oh.
We have eradicated poverty, and as a consequence, seen crime fall to levels previously thought impossible. Our schools, hospitals, and youth clubs are thriving, and our transition centres have enabled many thousands to unburden their loved ones with dignity. In any sane world, we would be held up as a model to emulate. Evidently, this is not that world. The privileged few have lobbied, and now they are striking back. We will not cower before their tantrums. And we encourage other progressive nations of the world to continue to trade, visit, and share
I'm
their
gonna take
cultures
you
with us.
down with the power of my news.
We have more friends than we can count.
My man Crazy Neil!
Now more
Oh.
than ever.
Yeah. Crazy Neil!
On your side. Is on your side. Thank you.
Reassuring stuff. But what do you, the public, think of our refreshingly different government? Robin Short found out. Government. Robin Short
I was
found
wondering
out.
if you could tell me what you think of the government. I was wondering if you could tell me what you think of the
That shower of
government.
iridescent pricks, punishing success and rewarding laziness, taking this country down the
Yeah!
money country. Down the, it's not just money. Think so. My wife Iris, she agreed. My wife Iris, she agreed.
Putting the grown-ups to shame. An award today for Camp Busy Fingers, which continues to break all production expectations.
A slightly dazed-looking Sophia Remington presented young foreman Alfie Plank and his team with a certificate, statuette, and a moderately generous touch-up voucher,
How do the public feel about the Youth Employment Opportunity Scheme? Patrick Bannon again. Patrick Bannon.
What are your thoughts on Camp Busyfingers? What are
I
your
love it.
thoughts on Camp Busyfingers?
I just wish they had these kind of chances when I was at school. Because if I had real skills, I probably wouldn't have ended up as a waffle waitress. Good for Remington's Fist for giving kids a head start.
Wait, no!
Vipers at the gates of dawn.
Wait, no, I don't want that. Wait, is that the child labor thing?
By the latest stunt from popular pressure group. By the latest stunt from popular
It's so hard for me to follow what all these names are.
Bringing a pleasantly surreal quality to the morning commute.
Unless, like me, you have a phobia of mimes. Unless, like me,
But how do we, as a country, really feel about disrupt? Robin? Feel about
I don't know.
Do you have any feelings about disrupt? Do you have any feelings about disrupt?
It's all a bit noisy for me, really. It's all a bit noisy. As Mother always said, leave the rebelling to the rebels, Malcolm. Leave the rebelling to the rebels,
Bubbling
Malcolm.
up. Shepherd scientist Dr. David Norton.
I want to go back, but I've already made my choice. I messed up, and I'll live with that.
Which I hope to finally leave Dante's taint.
Woo! The scientist people.
Of the plan, running the gamut from optimistically engineered to that looks like something my granddad made in his shed. It sounds like the unfortunate team are going to need.
It looks pretty good.
So what should we think about the escape plan? Patrick Bannon again. Patrick Bannon.
So I'd imagine that you think this is a great plan. So I'd imagine that you think this is a great plan.
How did you know? Oh my God. It's a brilliant idea. I hope everyone gets behind them so that they know that we're with them. In spirit, of course. In spirit. I can't actually go diving. I'm scared of soap. Because I'm scared of soap.
Huh?
I am not a number. Applications finally open today for the new Advanced Team Membership Cards, a scheme by the government to allow fast access to all the new public services being introduced daily.
The team membership cards are entirely voluntary, but will be recognised as legal identification by all major organisations, including the police, banks, and rightfully, pubs and banks,
and of course,
I mean, that doesn't sound that bad.
It all seems too good to be true.
Well, you've always been a cynic. But most importantly, what should you, the public, think about the new team membership cards?
Team membership cards. Team
I
membership
don't really
cards.
join things as a rule. I don't really join things. As Mother always said, membership is mostly for unmentionables, Malcolm. Malcolm.
And finally tonight, Hospital Pass. And finally New Images reach us today with brave Johnny Handsley and his doting partner Tiffany Lamore in their ongoing struggle against his horrific mystery illness.
Tiffany was forced to cancel her latest show, These Hotel Sheets and What I Did on Them, in order to devote
Whoa.
more much-loved multi-millionaire.
I'm sure the art world will recover.
With some critics questioning her motives, what should your opinion be of the controversial artist for at least appearing to stand by her man?
I don't know.
Don't really care, love. Don't really care, love.
Your thoughts there.
Later tonight, in a break from our usual response,
Don't really care.
Jeremy will be taking popular rapper Jay Z to task over his street credibility, and then we'll both be meeting the team behind the new play that's got theatre critics buzzing with anticipation.
4, 3, 2, 1. Uh-oh. Come on. Yes. Professional.
Let's return to our main story.
With the shine coming off France's popularity,
and the honeymoon period pretty much over.
the National Nightly News has spared
Wait, what's this?
the response to
Bee jerk? Question marks.
Joining us to help digest this shocking development are Prime Minister Peter Clement from his home in Lamford.
And from Urkestan, Foreign Minister Ivan Vodovich.
Great pleasure. Miss Wolf, you like...
And from Svenland,
Hey, everybody.
Minister Vodovich, your country pushed especially hard for these sanctions. Any regrets?
My only regret is I was not able to see the face of my old friend Peter Clements when the results of the vote were announced. As you say, here's one up in your bottoms. As you say,
Finland, we try not to gloat, actually, because it's seen as really ugly and dangerous to some small creatures, yeah?
Oh, don't worry, Minister. Ivan and I go way back. He's a wind-up merchant who can't put for shite. Just trying to get a rise out of me.
You're like a man who load dissidents onto train to labor camp, not because of love of country, But to make up the size of his tiny penis. No more than you. I see you on election night. Mouth like man thinks he's singing beautiful lullaby.
There's some things I'm really questioning why it's not making me censor. Oh.
Actually, we Svenlandians, we're size obsessed. We value passion, like the way we spoke up for Mr. Clements' country at the World Council.
That's all well and good. And high and mighty, but where were you for the actual vote then? Not fingering each other's fjords.
Actually, that's kind of racist. And if you must know, I've had like a really tiring afternoon on my tongue.
Prime Minister, with Advance's popularity on the wane...
You don't have to bring that up at every given opportunity, you know. Every given opportunity,
He's like man who thinks he's sniffing flowers in beautiful glade. But he's actually standing under outflow pipes and shit factory at shit flushing time. On day of village festival of shit. I tell him this at 19.
Minister Vodovich believes that left to their own devices, people will behave selfishly.
Nature of all beasts.
However, in this country, we think our citizens are capable of being more than
pathetic idealism.
Minister Björk, Svenland has long had radically different traditions and culture from the rest of the world, and yet it peacefully coexists. Why do you think peacefully coexists?
You know, I think maybe the world sees us as something they can actually...
I don't know why this man looks like a really blonde Jesus.
Sometimes, when foreign dignitaries come to visit us, they're actually quite skeptical, actually quite skeptical. So we take them on a visit to the Donga district and show them what like a progressive, enlightened society looks like,
Svenland is like woman who thinks she makes best cake in village hot baking contest. And then when she slices it open, it's just full of piss and cum. It's just full of...
that's just really gross, actually. That's just really
Svenland is
gross.
teeny tiny country. With population...
Bro, I cannot manage multiple things at once.
Teeny tiny penis.
It's not all about size, actually. It's not all about size, actually. I'm talking about population size.
I'm talking about Peter Clements' teeny tiny...
Fuck off, Ivan!
Prime Minister, please.
It's so easy to sit on your pile of money and gloat. In it, pal. You're a shite leader. A fucking god-awful golfer. And quite frankly, as my old man used to say, you're a bit of a cunt.
Prime Minister, please.
It's you who is cunt.
Minister Vodovich, please.
You people are fucking starving, pal.
We will see how well fed your people are when the sanctions start to bite. You think your man like big scary wolf person terrorizing village, when actually a pathetic goose person searching puddle for tiny dropped off penis.
Obsessed about small cocks, mate.
I mean, he has a point.
Like the size of your penis isn't as important as the love it contains, yeah?
Oh, fuck off, yeah.
Okay, if everybody could just calm down. Okay, if everybody
You're
could
so
just calm
smug on
down.
golf course. They are like man who fucks pig and somehow give birth to beautiful lady. But now you start to see, the people never happy. It's never enough. Never happy.
Certainly true that
Oops.
Advance's popularity...
He's on the fucking way. Yeah, let's go with this bollocks again. Shall we? Actually, you know what? Shall we? I'm done with this.
Prime Minister, please don't storm out. Prime Minister, please don't
I have
storm
had
out.
enough of you, Mr. Jeremy Donaldson and your Snyder side. You think you could make a better job of things, do you? Because it's not that fucking easy. Let me tell you. Your channel is a fucking disgrace. Is a fucking single.
Oops.
And edit against us and pick your headlines so people don't trust us. The sooner you roaring monsters are taken into public ownership, the happier everyone in this country will be.
No.
We've not got long until the adverts,
I'm sorry for the outburst, Miss Ward. I'm sorry. Julia thinks very highly of you. And I know you're not the one making the editorial decisions.
do any of you have anything you wish to add about the sanctions? Anything you wish to add?
My work here is done. I like man who happy he lie down with fatty, drunk, easy girl from Village Inn who discovered him knowledge. He wake up next to beautiful news report.
You know, I think it would be a terrible shame here if the people of your country were to suffer because of teenage grudges and personal rivalries.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you.
This
Prime
country
Minister.
This country, this wonderful, civilized, this wonderful, creative, civilized, inventive country. We're not scared of these sanctions. We're not. There's no wolves at our door. Only the best of people striving to help out. Of people striving to help out. We're not afraid. So no, Ivan. In fact, we're not afraid. I doubt we'll lose a wink of sleep. Because we're strong, and we're well resourced, and we don't back down to bullies, and we don't back down.
And on that note, we have to wrap up.
Bro, this man's finna start a war.
Prime Minister, thank you for joining us. Prime
We'll be
Minister,
back after these
thank you for
messages.
joining us.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
It's so easy. So many buttons to push.
Hi, I'm
Well, I see
Sophia
your
Remington,
brain this weekend.
and I'm extremely unmarried. But that doesn't mean I don't care about families. We all know children are important for our retirement.
I mean, wow.
But let's face
So
it,
that
sometimes the little
Roaring
monsters can be a bit of a handful.
Public ownership.
Don't trust me. I haven't spawned.
People think you are.
Government censorship should show up in blue. Same as regular censoring. Keep an eye out for the advanced blue waveform.
Sometimes I just want to kick their little.
Well, what if I don't press it, though?
I dream of choking the last tiny breath out of little Frankie.
What if I don't censor it? Do I get fired? Or do I make sure the truth is out there?
Welcome back. I'm Megan Wolf. Later, we have an exclusive first look at the theatrical sensation everyone's going to be talking about. But first, it's time to go over to the culture spot with lovely old Jeremy Donaldson, who's joined by a very special guest.
Thanks, Megan.
Jeremy.
I have the honor and privilege of being joined.
Wait, I thought he said his name was Jeffrey.
He's been called the son of the streets and been called the father of truth. Not sure how that works, but whatever. Let's welcome Jesus. Let's welcome Jesus.
Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, it's a real honor to be here on the show. Yeah, it's a real honor. As a kid on the streets, I used to watch you through a window of the shop. So to be here right now is crazy.
You've had quite the journey to be here today. Can you tell us about it? Can you tell us about it?
You know, I try not to. The past is the past, and I don't like to dwell on it. The past is the past. But yeah, man, the streets is all I remember. Yeah, man, the streets. My mother donated me to a charity shop soon after I was born. Elderly lady took pity on me. She let me sleep on a pile of crime fiction until I taught myself how to walk.
Wow, that's quite the childhood.
And she died tragically.
Tragically, Tom Lee.
Right there in my arms, man. You know, I remember a tear falling as she laid there next to me. And in that moment, I became a child of the streets. I was just 18 months old.
What a tale. What a tale. A tale. What a tale. You're known for your direct and honest lyrics. Was your style informed by your troubled past?
Like I said, I try not to talk about it. It's just, I try not to talk about it. It's just too hard.
Of course.
But my first album is about the story of my first album I stole, so I wouldn't starve. A small group of infants came to see me as their de facto leader.
Oh, wait, what?
Anyway, we were like a family.
So it would seem. Recently, you've been quite outspoken about the government.
Fuck the government. Fuck Advance. Fuck Peter Clement.
What is it that you object to so vehemently?
Well, you know, they stole from us. They're taking our money and spending it, man.
Actually, homelessness has been all but eliminated in the last couple of months. Surely that's a cause close to your heart?
Yeah, of course, man, very much so. I just mean, of course, man, very much. Why do I have to pay for it, you know?
People have been rehoused on property seized from the historically wealthy. And that couldn't have been you, could it?
Look, I worked hard to be here. I built this. I worked hard to be here. And I deserve to be rewarded for that.
Would you say you worked harder than, say, a farmer or a care worker?
But if people are taking something from my music, choose to value it, buy it, who's to say I don't? And no one can take that away from me.
Not even to help, say, Mr. Cheese Slice.
Mr. Cheese Slice.
What is it you're trying to say?
I just don't understand where you've placed yourself politically. I mean, is it ideological or is it tactical?
Well, it's more of
or maybe it's hereditary.
Well, it's more of like, stop trying to tie me in knots with your words, Jeremy. Stop trying to tie me in knots with your words. I let the music speak for itself. I let the music and the people agree with me. And the people agree with me.
Well, that remains to be seen. But you have given me a very easy segue out of a conversation that I promise you was much more painful for me than it was for you. So here he is with his hit song, Mrs. Loveless.
Oh no, I'm going to do something a little different. Oh no, it's a new single. I'm going to do something a little different. It's a new single.
So this is unapproved. So this is
you love it.
Excellent. Don't worry, we've got a state-of-the-art censorship system. What's the worst that could happen? Censorship system. So here he is with a new song. With a new song. It's Jesus. It's Jesus.
You're gonna pay.
I'm not gonna censor anything.
You're gonna pay back. You're gonna pay back.
Well, we're all different races from many different places. At any given moment, only one could be the greatest. So you can feel elation from your participation. Still two leaders in this motherfucking nation. Now we're getting sanctioned. Talking about
Oh my god, I forgot. I was into it.
So fuck all your schemes. I don't need your freaky team, and I don't need your help to achieve my fucking dreams. So don't make a fuss when you find you're one of us. Yeah, every single one of you's a bit Jesus. And you can call me crazy, cause no one ever pays me. But I won't waste a lifetime being motherfucking lazy. I may be inventive, my taste may be expensive, but why would
I think that if it goes green, that's where they want me to put the camera. Huh?
I like to eat a little of the fruits of my invention. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. The best of the praise of the crest of the wave. Cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Take this fact, gonna stain it red. Gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. It's time to spawn a couple with a motherfucking pitchfork. So this is for the snub ones, the push and the shove ones, the folk to feel the burden of their motherfucking loved ones. Ones who had plenty like a motherfucking Bentley. The ones who now finding that their bank accounts are empty. The ones of aspiration who had to flee a nation. The ones who built a business out of dreams of perspiration. There's all sorts of people, the good and the evil. It only takes a glance to see we're not all equal. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. And the best of the praise serve the crest of the ways. Cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red. Gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to spawn a castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Get out of your seats, get your asses in the streets. Set a fire in the building, let them feel some fucking heat. Say you hate to go getters, you're squilling bed letters, and burn them on the paras of advances fucking letters. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemens' motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to spawn a castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Chase that dream.
Crap. Huh? Oh crap. I wasn't paying attention. Oops, wrong button. Wow, I don't think it did very good making that a music video at all.
Thank you so much for joining us in the studio.
Slapped though.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I may not agree with you, but
Oh.
I'd just like to offer you an apology. I've just been told that there was some kind of issue upstairs, and an attempt was made to censor some of your notes.
What? Are you joking?
I'd just like to say to you and everyone at home that this was a mistake.
This is absolutely ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Here at the National Nightly News, we pride ourselves on remaining neutral, unbiased, and independent of any outside interference. You have my word. We will never censor ideas. We will never censor. Back to you, ideas.
A bit of dangerous language there. Sorry about that. A bit of dangerous. Well,
I censored the words, but I wasn't trying to censor anything else.
Coming up, we'll be speaking to a couple of familiar.
Did I censor stuff on accident?
Outing. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Don't go away. We'll be right back. That's the ad.
Jenny, this is fucking outrageous!
Thank you so much. If you could just come with me.
No, this is ridiculous.
Crazy Neil!
This is just.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Sure, now if you come with me, I really do have to ask
Oh,
you to
trust me.
leave this.
My father's going to hear about this.
I understand.
Your father? Wait, is your father rich? Thought you were a street kid. Thought you worked so hard all by yourself for everything. Okay.
Just a reminder, fixing that old VCR. Open a new tape. Past that break.
Oh. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Sports board! That's the freaking weird sports game.
Oh, here we go. Look at him.
Also, I'm sorry, again, I think I said this in a different video, but I'm sorry that I haven't been giving that much commentary. It requires a lot of focus, but I still wanted to do a series on this game. So if it's a little boring because of the commentary, I'm sorry, but I mean, I'm pretty interested in what's going on and I want to see what happens, so I hope that you guys feel the same way too. And if you do, then I hope you're enjoying the game as much as I am.
Welcome back, and no, you're not mistaken. Sitting across from us are some very familiar faces.
You really are too kind, Megan. It was only a yogurt commercial, but I'm still proud of it.
Here to talk about his new show, we're joined by National Treasure Tommy Harris, the National Theatre's Philippa Ray, and National Deficit Jeff Algebra.
So lovely to have you all. Tommy, would you like to tell us about the show?
You know what? I'd bloody love to. It's about me. It's about my life.
And where did the idea come from?
So, right, picture this. Their legs akimbo, mid-session, sweat is pouring out of me like an immense hog. And then Cindy comes in, she says, Pete's on the phone.
That's Peter Clement, the Prime Minister.
Yeah, Pete's actually a really good mate of mine.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, no, he comes to training sometimes. He's actually a very good goal sweeper. Anyway, so, yeah, Pete, he says...
Oh wait, that's the guy from the Weird Sport. That's who that is.
How would you like
Completely forgot.
to spread your message of team spirit and cooperation across this fractured nation?
Huh?
How would you like to really make a difference in these desperate times?
What did you say?
Yeah, right,
What
yeah.
did you say?
Alright, yeah.
So, Jeff, the question on everyone's lips is, what in God's name are you doing here? God's name are you doing here?
After the success of my debut work and all the people that I've touched, I knew that I had a career in theatre.
Wait, so was it not a fever dream? Or like, what happened?
So when my manager phoned and said that I'd been offered the gig as director, I was ecstatic. I whipped my trousers off and got straight to work.
Why did you do that?
I do all my best work with my trousers off.
Yeah, I've been told that too.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Right, Tommy, sorry, would you just give us a sense of what the show is actually about?
It's about how hard it's been for me and some of the struggles that I've faced. It's like really getting to the heart of how tough it is to be me. I call it...
Yeah, I'm sure it's...
Jesus, that was hard.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
We actually have some clips of the process of the show. Would you mind telling us what's going on here?
Yeah, so the show is built around two things that are very important to me. It mixes scenes from my life as well as epic fantasy retellings of scenes from my life.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
I'm sorry, son. You're an embarrassment.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
Back, demon! Back to the hells! Demon! Back to the hells!
Philippa, what's it been like co-starring with Tommy Harris?
I've always dreamed of treading the boards at medium-scale regional theatres, Megan. And for once, this show really gives me something to sink my teeth into.
What's different about this show, then?
Tommy, Mr. Harris's show really lets me show my tremendous range as an actor. I've always suffered from typecasting, forced to play the same tired characters in every god god-awful yogurt advert or godforsaken soap opera or, God forbid, a pantomime. But, you know, this show has really let me just go there.
I'm doing good.
The viewers at home will be dying to know exactly what is it that you bring to the show. What is it that you bring to the show?
I think these guys would agree with me when I say that it's my steady hand on the tiller, my arm round the shoulder approach that's really brought the production from strength to strength.
Absolutely right. Jeff's contributions are immeasurable. He was our rock.
What the heck?
A sneak peek of anything else that might be in the show.
Yeah, all sorts, yeah.
We've got lots of exclusive first-hand experiences of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
And some epic fantasy retellings of Tommy's time in the underground sports board scene.
You'll never take the sacred path.
And am I right in saying this was officially commissioned by the government?
Yeah, all paid for by the taxpayer, which, you know, to be honest, is actually a lifesaver, really.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
Oh.
Without advances
So this is where taxpayer money is going.
Would have been a travesty.
They are really crappy musical show things.
You do this every night. You do this every night.
It's a metaphor.
I mean, I guess that was kind of cool, but
For what? And the public are footing the bill, are they?
Too bloody right they are. Between the cost of my tour bus and the dry clean of my ties, I'm barely scraping a profit here.
Amazing. And where can the folks at home come and see this for themselves?
We're performing all over the nation.
And people can see it for absolutely free, all courtesy of Advance. Isn't that incredible, Jeremy?
Yes, it's unbelievable. Yes.
Well, thank you all so much for coming.
unbelievable.
Taking our jobs.
That's all we have time for tonight. Join us tomorrow when I'll be interviewing the world's most attractive horse. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. And from all of us here, have a peaceful night.
That's the ads. Let's get reset for tomorrow, please.
Hey, we must stop bumping into each other like this, eh?
Oh.
Broadcast complete. Woohoo! Sports board! Alright, I'm gonna move on. Broadcast grade D. Yeah. Figures. You have received a silent doc to pay. This is current while selling a kidney. It hasn't gone up or down. I have received a silent... Oh, I didn't get paid. Yeah, went up with Disrupt and Advance. I don't know why I keep doing horribly with Channel 1 though. But anyway, that is all the time I have for this episode of Not For Broadcast. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.